Welcome back to another calisthenics video. Today an endurance session with Kevin, alternated between bodyweight, which you'll see in the first round, and weighted vest, which weighs 10 kg. So for the first round I went for 25 pull-ups, trying to increase my rep range when I don't have the vest on, just because I know I'm comfortable with my body weight and seeing how far I can push myself. I probably could have got 30, but I stopped at 25 because I knew the next set was going to be a lot harder with the additional weight of the vest. After the 25 pull-ups, I went straight into dips, and for dips I went for 35. So I'm a lot stronger on dips than I am pulls, so I thought let me increase the reps, especially as it's the start and I'm still fresh. But yeah, that is a lot of dips to do. What I need to do, because it's winter and it will add another layer, is just training with my vest. I need to go and collect it from the cave. They are building I've seen a monkey bar set up in Hackney Downs, which is my closest park. So if they have a dip bar there, I'm gonna keep checking and seeing. Actually, to be honest, by the time this video comes out, there should be a clearer picture of what they're building there. But so far I've seen monkey bars where I can do pull-ups, but I haven't seen any dip bars. So that was 35 dips, and then we go into 30 inverted rows. This is the hardest part of the set because you've already done a lot of pulls on the pull-up bar. This is still the same pulling motion, it's just from a different angle. Feet are elevated, so you're basically pulling the majority of your body weight. As long as you keep your body straight here, you are engaging your core and you're working those biceps, but it also builds your back. So yeah, I do a lot of pulling and pushing motion throughout the week. What I do after these 30 inverted rows is walking lunges, so I'm trying to focus a lot more on my lower body. I've been running a lot more. I'm currently clocking in 30 kilometers a week, which I want to take up to 50k a week, but I'll do that gradually. I don't want to leap 20k in the space of 1 or 2 weeks, because that's when I tend to get soreness in my Achilles, for those that are into running. And then next year, well, this will be out this year, so 2025, I want to get a PB on the half marathon. My current PB is 120. I've already got a PB this year on the 5k. My current PB is 16:52. I want to beat that PB. Actually, by the time this goes out, I should have my new PB on the 5, which I'm quite confident with, to be honest, because I do park run at a park called Mile End, which has got a lot of hills, but I'm gonna go and do one at a flat park. So that's just walking lunges, and those were two 15 kg dumbbells that I was walking with. And then I go into some elevated press ups. Me and Kevin, each set we just switch, so I start on this low one, he's on a higher one. For the second set, when I've got the vest on, I'll go to that higher one that he's on, he'll come down to the lower one that I'm on. So yeah, goal wise with calisthenics, as always, I love endurance training, right? So I love going for the high reps. I also like training with the vest. I've been getting back on my muscle ups and trying to clean those up, and I do need to get back on my flag training. Besides that, I want to get the front lever. That was one of my goals for this year, to get the front lever and to get the handstand. I was doing very well with the handstand, and then I kind of had to let it go. I was putting too much strain on my shoulders, but yeah, I'll get back to it. Here we've got some leg raisers. I don't usually do a lot of core at Finsbury Park, so I thought, you know what, let me add a little bit more, go the extra mile, and I did some leg raisers. And as you can see at the top, I'm actually pushing, so I'm just getting that a little bit more range of motion, making it that a little bit more difficult with the leg raisers. Sometimes I do leg raiser twist, but I thought let me just do the pushing motion at the top, keep the core strong. And that was round 1. Round 2, which you're gonna see in a few seconds, only difference is obviously I lower the reps because I've got the weighted vest on. Still a pulling motion, and the aim here was to get 20 pulls unbroken, which I haven't done with the 10 kg vest in a long time. This vest fully loaded is 20 kg. I've got the same vest, but I haven't been able to use it in some time. Kevin's quite good, he travels with the vest, so he still has to do like quite a lengthy walk whilst wearing the vest. It does give you shoulder pain. I remember traveling from Millfields home one day, walking with the vest, and how much soreness I felt in my shoulder. So here I'm not trying to let go of the bar. I'm just trying my best to get the 20 pulls without letting go. I should have started with a vest, but again, I'm a bit more experienced than Kevin, so him starting with a vest makes it more challenging for me, which is good. And then we get into some dips here with the vest. Sorry, that pause is just because I don't know how many reps I've done, but I'm hoping I've done at least 15. I think I've done 20. Yeah, so I went for 20 with the vest, which is good. And again, at one point, it's so crazy. At one point when I was driving and I used to take my vest everywhere, I was doing 20 dips with 20 kg. If I tried that now, I'll be finished. I'll probably go for 15 here or 18, knowing me. I'll write down the full workout routine in the description. But yeah, it's more talking through the upcoming content. And again, this will come out in 2 weeks, right? So I'm just trying to think of what will. So by the time you see this, I would have shot a nice little commercial for some new merch that I've done. I've done some tracksuits. I've also done some duffel bags, and I'm someone that always has a duffel bag on my back nowadays, because I'm either going to or from a client, or to or from the track, or to or from the park. And a backpack isn't going to carry my tripod and my speaker and my bands and my skipping rope. And sometimes, especially winter, I'm carrying an extra jacket a light jacket in my bag, just in case my puffer jacket I get too hot in and I have to swap out. So yeah, here, walking lunges again. Those duffel bags, you know what? Let me put the duffel bag video on screen so you can see them. And I'll put some pictures of the tracksuits, and then I'll put in the description a link to my website, and that's where you can go if you want to grab any of the merch. The duffel bags will probably be gone by the time this video comes out, to be honest, but just in case there is still one left before I do the reload, you are free to grab one. And if your size isn't available in the tracksuits, do let me know, and I will order your size on the next reload, or the next order. I don't know why I'm saying reload. The walking lunges were tough for the vest, so I've got the two 10 kgs there, but the vest is 10 kg itself. But I'm happy to be getting a lot more lower body stuff done. Here, some elevated press ups. As I said, we swap the elevation, so I'm a lot higher here. Press ups I find easy. So that's not really a massive challenge. The most challenging thing out of this whole circuit was probably the walking lunges and the elevated inverted rows, just because the muscles were fatigued. So that was round 2. Oh no, now I take off the vest and do some leg raises. And again, me and Kevin swapped the bench that we're on, so I'm now on a less inclined bench, which makes it easier to do the leg raises with the push. But it's always good to work your core in between sets, whether that's through knee tucks, leg raises. Sometimes I do leg raiser splits on the dips and so forth. So yeah, it's always good to switch up the routine, or add something into the routine that just shocks the body and requires you to push that a little bit more. Especially in the winter, you don't want to feel the cold, so you're better off just doing some extra reps. Here we go for chin ups, and I'm going for bodyweight ones. So I probably went for 15 here, let's see. And Kevin's back with a vest, so he's got a lot on his plate, because imagine going into your third set and then you've had to put the additional weight on. Best way to do the weighted sets really is weight on, then weight off if you're doing 4. But we decided to do weight on, weight off, which makes it a bit difficult. But I'm always up for the challenge, which is good. And then we go into bodyweight dips. So exercises with just my bodyweight, I'm very comfortable with. If you follow the videos weekly, you'll kind of see I'm quite comfortable with bodyweight. It's that additional 10 or 15 or 20, which I haven't done an additional 20 kg set in some time. I do have a belt, and Finsbury Park have a bench that literally lets you borrow the dumbbells. So the dumbbells we're using for the walking lunges, you've got free access to that. You just download an app, you scan it, it opens the bench up, and you can access dumbbells and you can access kettlebells. So when you see me doing weighted work here with a belt on, that's all just free access. They used to actually charge, but then don't know who, maybe the council changed that around. So here's the walking lunges. This is something I need to add into my routine. I do need to strengthen my quads a bit more. I also need to strengthen my hamstrings, and I've been doing some gym work with Larry just to strengthen the hamstrings on the hamstring curls. Where what else have I been trying to work towards in terms of strengthening? Yeah, that's pretty much it really. I've been kind of split between the calisthenics training and the running, and obviously I do some HIIT stuff in the morning, which is probably the hardest part of my training. HIIT's a lot harder than calisthenics. Calisthenics I enjoy, like I embrace the pain, but HIIT is like, oh man, and it's early, it's a 6 a.m. start, so it's that discipline to get up early, get moving, and that's where I'm sweating. I don't really sweat during calisthenics, but during the morning 6 a.m. classes with Finer Fitness, that's really like a intense session. And then the press ups here. So yeah, by the time you see this, website would have been updated. Make sure you check that out. I would have also shot some good promo stuff for the new merch, and just look forward to the 5k perspectives. I'm probably going to start shooting those next week, but I'm saying next week to you, but it's last week if you're watching this on the day it releases. So should get some 5k perspectives, start season 3 off with a bang. So I'm trying to figure out who do I start the season 3 episodes with. I've got someone in mind, just depends what their schedule's like because they're quite busy. And just telling people's story, and you never know how far or whose story can impact someone else's journey. I've got a client now that I run with. By the time again you see this, she would have finished her 10k, but she was reluctant to run because of her age. And then I showed her Ari's story, whose video I'll link in the corner right now, and that kind of got her going. So if you're reluctant to start running, whether it's because of your age, whether it's because of your weight, whether it's because you haven't run before or haven't run in a long time, check out Ari's story. Probably the best 5k perspective video I've shot, in my humble opinion. I think that's the best one in terms of story anyway, and impact. It's very motivational to hear her story. Not saying that others aren't motivational, but hers is a whole separate ball game. Her and Graham, I'd say. So yeah, make sure you check those out if you're into running, or if you just want to hear a bit of motivation. Here we're going for the leg raiser splits. Always try and end with this, just to infuse the dips with a bit of core work. When you're doing your dips, you're working your chest, you're working your triceps, and when you're doing your leg raiser splits, you're working your core. So we do 5 leg raiser splits, then we do 5 leg raisers, and then we do 5 knee tucks. So we start with the hardest movement, and then we make it easier and easier. By the time I got to 10, I won't lie to you, if Kevin weren't here, I would have stopped. He was just like, keep going. So we got through the last 5. You can see by my face, look at how my face looks, that it was a struggle to get through. And then from here, we go into the elevated inverted rows, which weren't too difficult because I've lowered the reps. So as the rounds go on, I do lower the reps because you're fatigued and you've done so many. So yeah, the winter grind's going to be different, man. The winter grind's going to be different this year. I think it's the same thing every year. You question, was it really this cold last year? When it was. The only thing that's really going to stop me from training outdoors is the rain. When the bars are wet, unless I get caught in the rain, then there's not much I can do. But I wouldn't necessarily open my front door, see it pouring down in rain, and leave and go to the bars. I could leave the house and run, but going to the bars is a different ball game because grip. Here, walking lunges again. So now that I'm doing it with the vest, I'm doing it with 12.5s because I know this is my last round. And then after these, we ended on press ups. So I'll put the full workout numbers in the description. If you do want to work and build up your endurance like calisthenics, this is going to be a go-to. I'm going to put together a very beginner friendly calisthenics video as well. I'm going to shoot that this weekend. That's my word. I'm going to shoot that this weekend, and that will be out. I'll put that out next week. So the week after you're seeing this, I'm going to put together a nice little introduction video of how you can do some basic stuff at calisthenics, and this will be open to anyone. I may get someone and use them as a guinea pig for the video. I might just shoot it myself. Last set of press ups here. Let me know what you lot want to see. Do you want to see more endurance sets? Do you want to see more explosive stuff with lower reps? Do you want to see more weighted sessions? I'm going to definitely get on the running perspective sessions, and I've got to get some rowing content shot, to be honest. I'm going to up my production game a bit before the end of the year and get some equipment to help me do that. And here we just end on the leg raises again. But yeah, these are things you can add if you're training outdoors. These are things you can add to your routine, help you build up that endurance. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next week. Enjoy. Take care.